everyone. I told you I was going to make a video. It's my first video I've actually ever put on the internet of me just talking to someone, and I'm going to put it on my Tumblr, not YouTube or anything. Don't know if I want to do that yet. Eventually, not yet. So bear with me, okay? My name is Joanna. You can call me that. For now, it's my given name, but I think I'm going to go with Darren eventually, but as you'll find out, I'm not exactly to that stage yet. This video is going to accompany some text I wrote yesterday and a link and something I need to ask for support with. Basically because I know a lot of people that would rather watch a video than read text. But yeah. So, I am a FTM, female to male transgender, just starting out on my journey. Oh, and I don't want any criticisms, but I'm just going to be straight up. I'm reading a little list I made for myself, because I think ahead. But I'm a FTM just starting out, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. And not to ask for pity, not to ask for sympathy. It's not going to be a sob story, but just because if I'm going to do this right, I'm just going to tell you everything. I live in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia. Always have. Except when I was young, but that doesn't matter. Pretty much ever since my very, very, very young years, before I could even talk, I've lived in West Virginia. Tyler County to be exact. I don't want to get into any more details because internet's kind of a scary place. Where I grew up was actually called Elk Fork. Yeah, I'm going to get into that, but nobody's going to find that. Google it. I promise you won't find any results. Service for your cell phone actually stops maybe 3/4 a mile before you get to my house. Pretty redneck. And actually just got service in the town close to my home, my childhood home, maybe 4 years ago. Yeah, so we're behind the times here, and it's important you understand that. I grew up an only child, adopted, but only child, and most of that was lived on a farm. Actually, all of it was. And we raised cattle. It was just typical redneck southern kind of crap. But my parents were always, they're really supportive to an extent, but I have older parents. My dad's almost 70, my mom's almost 60, I'm 20. So they're old-fashioned, kind of. Not super old-fashioned, but old-fashioned enough for it to matter. They've always been really supportive, but there's a social norm around here. And if you're expected to make it here, or at least that's what I thought, if you're expected to make it here, you have to fit that social norm. I was actually kind of a chunky little kid. I may put a picture in here somewhere if I get the balls to do it, but I was this chunky little kid. I showed cattle, I was in 4-H, I was in FFA, all that good crap. Actually FFA once I started at high school. And high school is a completely different story. I did not fit in at all through elementary school, middle school, actually some of high school. And I know that a lot of people think this isn't a real thing, but it is, and it's not anything to do with transgender at the moment, but I have ADD, and there's a lot of reasons behind that, basically because of my birth mother. Didn't know the woman, who knows where she is even, but I'm ADD, and that has to do with a lot of the lifestyle that she was going through whenever she was pregnant with me. And I didn't find out until my junior year of high school. Actually, the end of my junior year. I was failing everything, and I tried and tried and tried and tried like heck to fit in, and I tried to please my mother and my father. It just never happened. Something didn't click, and I found out, finally, cat's biting me, something, that I had ADD, and I am on, I'm just going to be honest here, Vyvanse, 70 milligrams a day, and it helps so much. So once I entered high school, actually my end of my junior year, my senior year, I started making friends. I've been FFA through my whole high school career, but I really started getting close to them during that last year and a half. But FFA, which used to stand for, doesn't stand for anymore, stupid cat, is Future Farmers of America. And you can't be gay and be a farmer, according to them, even though, who cares? If you want to raise livestock, if you want to raise crops, go for it. Who cares if somebody that's gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual does it? It's the same thing pretty much. Sorry guys. Oh yeah. So I was out to a few people, but as at least bisexual, and I had a boyfriend at the time. I had actually a few boyfriends in my high school career, but I dated this one girl that is actually now my fiance that I love very much with all my heart. And as a freshman, and I knew that I wasn't straight. I mean, it's just one of those things, and a lot of the boys I dated were to please my mother and father. You can care about a person, you can love a person, but not actually be in love with them. And that's kind of how it was with every guy I dated. And I just knew that I wasn't going to be with a guy. And everybody's going to laugh at this, and hopefully I don't get a lot of shit from it, and hopefully it doesn't come back and bite me in the ass. But 2009, I swear, I have the sash to prove it, I was the West Virginia Beef Queen, which is a pageant, kind of, at first. I did do pageants, but I'll get to that later. So, I was pretty good about fitting in here. People like that, they respected that my dad he's not well known around here or high up, he's just a kind of a respected farmer person, and we were just kind of just the best little family we could possibly be to a lot of people. But I wasn't happy. I was happy in a sense, but I knew that later it would come back and I just would regret everything. And I do. I loved having that title. I don't want to say it again, it's such a crappy title. I loved it. It was fun because it was based on your knowledge of, who's this cat, of the cattle and the beef industry, because I'm not going to get details, but there's a big difference between dairy cattle and beef cattle. Hold on just a second. Go get that stupid cat. And I loved it because I actually got to promote what I knew, what I was passionate about, which is agriculture. I really am. I don't know if I'll have a farm when I grow up, maybe, but I was passionate about it. And that made me happy. Don't get me wrong. But being a female, being this closeted person, didn't make me happy. It wouldn't make anybody happy. Not being true to yourself isn't good for you. So I graduated. My boyfriend, I broke up, thank God. And I moved out. I moved to the town that was really, really close to the road I lived up. And I reconnected with my now fiance. Her name's Selena, by the way. And we lived together, and some things happened through that time that neither one of us are really proud of course. And we broke up. And I still had my title at the time, and I was doing more pageants. I was like, oh, and this is why I was with her, by the way, mostly. I was like, oh, well, I just have to be a girl. I have to be a girl. I can be gay. I can deal with that later. I can come out because I'm sure it will be accepted. And I know it will here eventually. Who knows how long it will take, but it will be accepted. And we broke up, and I did all that stuff, and it was fun. I like being on stage. I like doing something for a cause. I actually stood for a charity. I'm not going to get into details about that. It was just something that I did with Honduras, and actually part of my senior project. Not really do much on it anymore, but it was a charity, and I raised money for that, or at least tried to, and promoted awareness about some children in Honduras. And I liked that too. It was also something I was very, 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 very passionate about. So I was happy in that aspect, but once again, I wasn't happy up there in a dress, parading around. But whenever my girlfriend and I broke up, I also lost the apartment there. Oh my god, those landlords were crap anyways. And I moved here. And I guess I can say this city's name. It's not very big, but I actually took a video on my way back from dropping my girlfriend off at work this morning, and I might put that in here. It's called Hayden City. It's right along the Ohio River, and I love this town. I really do. And you guys would be like, "That's a town? What?" It's a town here, yeah. I feel a lot more comfortable here. I mean, ideally, I don't want to live here my whole life, but right now it's a really, really, really good place to live. And I've discovered a lot about myself. I got back with my fiance now, Selena, and I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. She supports me through everything that I have ever done, and she's made me a really great person, and I can't thank her enough for that. But we've been together now for a year and 2 months, almost. And like I said, I couldn't be happy.